Hello, everyone, and welcome to the annual Hart Outdoor Track and Field Media Day. I'm your host, Hart correspondent, Rich Linden. Very excited to be joined by the upcoming Hart Outdoor Track and Field Conference Championship host, Baker University head coach Ryan Pitts, and two outstanding student athletes, Gage Hebert and Naomi Kilson. Coach and athletes, thanks for being here. Welcome to Media Day.
Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you.
Absolutely. So, Coach, I'm going to get to you in a second, but I want to start with your student athletes. I'm going to start with Naomi. Naomi, tell me, how did you begin competing in track and field? How long have you been competing? And what is it about track and field that you love so much?
Well, I started competing my freshman year of high school, so we're going on 8 years now. And I just started competing because my family was really into track, so that kind of motivated me to get into it. And yeah, I ran all throughout high school and continued at Baker, and I'm still enjoying it so far.
Love it so much. Gage, what events do you compete in? And what are some of your goals that you've been working on this season?
My main event is javelin, and then hammer is my second event. And my goals for this year are to beat the school record, of course, for javelin. I'm almost there. And for the hammer would just be to probably place at conference.
Was a conference? Well, speaking of conference, Coach, how much are you and your team looking forward to hosting? But also, how much more stress is it to prepare a team to compete at the same time you're hosting the whole thing? Tell us a little bit about that process.
Well, we're looking forward to hosting it. Just having them being able to compete in Baldwin City in front of the home crowd is always exciting for them. Preparing the team for it isn't as stressful as it is for me preparing everything else for the meet. The coaching side, that's the easy part. But getting the officials and trying to just get everything into place. I have some ideas I'm going to do for the meet this year that we've never really done at a conference meet before that I'm looking forward to. But I know that once the gun goes off, like everything's going to run smooth. I think what's one of the good things about this conference is that all the coaches, we're all cool with each other. We get along. So if there was anything I needed help with, if I were to ask one of them for advice, help with anything, they would have no problem doing it. So, but hosting this year, it's been stressful, but it's going to go well. I know it will. So
Yeah,
we're looking forward to it.
I've heard that theme all through Media Day, that the Hart Conference, the coaches, even though you compete against each other in conference, you're still like one big family, lifting each other up, supporting each other. Now, I heard about some facility upgrades at Baker. Tell me what's going on at Baker Track and Field, and tell me a little bit about the facility upgrades.
So this is our second season being able to host on the new track. It's a black track, but we have orange exchange zones, and we added in the international relay zone. So there's no longer most tracks that probably haven't been built within the last 10 years or so still have the old relay zones where it's a baby triangle for an acceleration zone. Then you have the big triangles for the exchange zone. Now it's just one big zone. We have a new javelin runway. Our throws facility is off-site, but not too far. But it looks nice, and we're really looking forward to it because it'll be the first time we host conference on the new facility, and there's only been a handful of teams in the conference that have seen the new track, and so they're going to be looking forward to it as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the throwing facility. So it's offsite, but not far. Pretty easy.
Not far at all. It's about 600 meters away. It's like it's on the campus basically. Yeah, not far at all.
Awesome. All right, Gage, tell me about your journey. What brought you to Baldwin City? What brought you to Baker?
What brought me to Baker was to have a more college experience with my teammates and everything. When I was over at Mid-America Nazarene, I was living off campus, and I just wasn't involved with it as much as I was, or as much as I wanted to be. So when I came over to Baker, the main reason I wanted to was to get involved with my teammates and the school and just be a part of it. And it's going great.
Something special. So Naomi, what about you? Where are you from originally? What's your major? And what brought you to Baker?
Well, I'm originally from California. Um, and I'm majoring in psychology. And I came to Baker just for that small school experience. I feel like in California, I came from a really big high school. There were probably about 1,000 kids in my graduating class. And I just wanted a school where everything was a little bit more personal. Classrooms are smaller and you can really have a good connection with the people at the school.
Well, in just a few weeks, we're going to have hundreds and hundreds of people rolling into Baldwin City for the track and field championships. So I'm going to ask my students, where can I go in town to get a good bite of food? Where's the best joints to go? Where are you going to lead me? Gage,
You gotta go to El Pat,
Save
El
a whole-
Patron.
There you go.
El Patron. Okay.
Just call it El Pat.
Mexican food. Naomi, you say same thing?
I would agree. Yeah, El Patron's pretty good.
There we go. I gotta have my food if I'm gonna be hanging out all day watching track and field. So wow.
I had lunch there yesterday.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
the spot. That's the place to be. So coach, we're right in the middle of outdoor season.
Mhm.
You're planning all this stuff for the championship, but we're in the middle of outdoor season. Tell us about your squad. How's it going so far? And tell us a little bit of the highlights so far this outdoor season.
It's going well so far. This team has had to battle through a lot of adversity this season. But that's one thing I enjoy about my athletes the most is that their resilience. They know if one teammate is down, on the men's squad right now, I've lost who's been my top sprinter, Tavius Woodall. He suffered an injury, and we had to make the decision to redshirt him this year for outdoor season because he just wasn't going to be ready. And all that means is someone else has to step up, and that's what this team has done. They've shown excellent resilience throughout the season. A couple of highlights. Naomi over here, she's a few centimeters away from hitting that qualifying standard in the long jump. She was a national indoor qualifier. And then I'd say the biggest highlight so far is Gage, who's thrown a standard in the javelin, who's already pretty much matched his best throw from last season.
Wow.
And he's being extremely modest about wanting to score at conference. He's going to score at conference. I think his goal is to be a conference champion and be an All-American. I'll say it for him because he's just a good kid and doesn't. I tell him that that's not bragging, to set goals for yourself, but he's ranked in the top 10 in the NAI right now in that javelin. And so that's his goal, just to be better than he was last year. And he's already matched his best mark. We compete at Emporia tomorrow, and then we're at KU next week. And so everything is just planned. Everyone has a different plan. Some will compete this week and then they won't next week. Some will compete the week before conference, some won't. It's all about rest and the regimen that we have them on. So, but the goal is to be prepared and be at our best May 3rd and May 4th for the conference finals.
Gage, tell me a little bit about the team. Coach talked about just the adversity, the ups and downs. How important is team to you? I know you do an individual, you're doing javelin and hammer, but you're still part of this team. Tell me about the Baker Wildcat team. What do you guys love to do on and off the track?
Oh, well, the throw squad is amazing. I love hanging out with them. I'm roommates with two of them, so I see all of them, pretty much all of them every day. Got a couple of classes with them. I love hanging out with pretty much everybody on the team. The most things that we like to do off the track is going to eat. I mean, we're throwers, so that's the best thing to do. Yeah,
Fuel, baby.
And other times would just be like going and hanging out in the union if there's events going on, and that's just the best part.
Family. Naomi, gosh, it seems like track season, you're leading up to some of your biggest meets at the same time you're finishing a semester with finals, with papers due. How do you juggle that, and how hard is it to keep that GPA and all those assignments going at the same time, trying to focus on winning championships?
Well, it is very difficult, but that's to be expected. But it's really just about finding time and just dedicating certain times to getting work done, getting projects done. And sometimes we have little study sessions with other people on the team, and sometimes we're doing homework at track meets, just whatever we can do to get it done when it has to be done. So
just rolling all that planning. Well, Coach, my athletes. I love it. You got a big day tomorrow, then you got KU, then you got, it's coming up really fast. So I thank you for your time coming on Media Day today, sharing a little bit with your fans. And I can't wait to see the new facilities, see the new track, and see Baker roll through the Hart Conference Championship. So thanks today. Good luck the rest of the season. I'll see you soon.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you later.